Getting started. First, go to Project Settings, Open Player Settings. Enable Allow Unsafe Code. This is required. The system uses native arrays and the Burst compiler for performance and stability. Now, create an empty object in your scene. Add two components, Time Warp Manager and Time Warp Auto Setup. Next, add Rewind Tester to your camera, or any prefab. This is one of our example control systems. It lets you control time using your keyboard. There are more systems available. We'll cover them later. Time Warp Manager. This is where global settings live. You can override them per rule, but we'll get to that. Core settings define how time manipulation works. You can choose global, zones only, or hybrid, both at once. Set your capture frame rate and max record time. Default action is for testing. It lets you tweak settings during runtime without restarting the scene. Action curves control how effects start and how they fade out. You also get optimization settings for particles and VFX. And finally, the global event system, Time Warp Auto Setup. This is where the magic happens. Use Scan on Awake if you haven't baked rules yet. Once everything is ready, it's recommended to bake your rules and disable Auto Setup, or remove it completely for better performance. Rules. This is the core of the system. Choose target layers or specific objects in your scene. Action filters define what actions affect them. You can override slow motion, rewind speed, and more. Permission zones. Define where rules are active and where recording happens. This works as culling optimization. Create an empty object, add a collider, set it as a trigger, add Time Warp Permission Zone, set the player as target, then assign it inside Auto Setup. Active channels. You don't need to record everything. Choose what you want, transform. Physics, nav mesh, animation, and more. Each channel has its own settings. Only selected channels are shown. Transform settings. Choose what to record. Add smoothing if needed. Velocity settings. Control physics behavior, for example. A fast-moving car keeps its momentum after time resumes. Custom settings, one of the most powerful features. With Variable Bridge, you can control values in any component based on time. You can also disable scripts during anomalies. For example, a turret will stop scanning for enemies during rewind. You have three operation modes. Math only used for speed, force, or frequency. Record only used for state, resources, or progress. Perfect rewind. No slow motion. Math and record hybrid mode. Most expensive, but most flexible. Use it when you need slow motion and exact rewind at the same time. Particles. Choose between procedural resimulation, dynamic RAM cache, or reverse playback. For reversed particle clones, VFX. Similar to particles, multiple modes, and optimization options. You can also define custom time properties and control exactly what gets affected. You also have audio settings, nav mesh, time, echo ghosts, interactive time ghosts, Cinemachine support, kinematic accumulator, inject flags, and more. You can save presets, bake rules, clear everything. The rest will be covered in separate videos. And if you have questions, our AI assistant has full documentation and access to all scripts. It will guide you step by step and help you understand everything.